We are saying that the people that are committing the crime is too much. We are thinking of how to reduce them. Now you are bringing the ones that we have reduced, you are bringing them back inside. Now the country is now filled up with people that are doing crime. I watched a video online that is trending currently where they say that bandits came in Katsina State, they came to a premises to come and do a peace deal. You need to see the guns that these people are holding. You need to see the amount of people. You see how there are many in Katsina State. Look at how there are many with guns, plenty guns. Look at how there are many. Look at how there are many with guns. Who gave them all those guns? Who bought all those guns for them? Do you know, when I saw that video, may God forgive me for what I'm about to say, but this is what is in my mind. It's my mind. You cannot blame me for saying my mind. This is what I feel. The thought that came into my mind when I watched that video of those bandits carrying gun in Katsina State. Katsina State. This is a state that have produced the president, former president Umar Musa Yar'Adua, that is late. This same state have produced the late President Muhammad Buhari. Now, when Yar'Adua left that state, when Yar'Adua was the president, Katsina was not like this. Katsina State was not like this. As a matter of fact, I went to FDC Daura, Katsina State. Katsina State used to be one of the most peaceful states in the world. One of the most peaceful states in the world. Just like Borno State, Maiduguri. Used to be very peaceful. What happened to Katsina State? So the thought that came to my mind when I watched that video, I was telling myself that there is something that the late president did not tell us before he go. Buhari. There is something that he didn't tell us. I don't understand how Katsina State have changed from what it used to be to what it is now. I still cannot figure out how Katsina State have transformed from a peaceful state to a state that is filled with terrorists. How? For God's sake. For God's sake. How did Katsina State get to where it is today? Look at the people with gun. We are talking about how we are going to reduce these people that are doing crime. The president has pardoned a lot of criminals and bring them back into society. We are no more safe. We are no more safe, man. In as much as you want to have a good name by saying that in your tenure you pardon people. So if you are going to pardon a criminal that did something like that, masterminded the kidnap of Mike Ozekome and some other people, he was brought back to society and people were clapping. Why have you not? Why did Nnamdi Kanu not make it to that list? The things that these people did is even more than what Nnamdi Kanu have done. Why is Nnamdi Kanu still in detention? Why is Nnamdi Kanu still in detention? Why is he still in detention? Why was Nnamdi Kanu not granted presidential pardon? Why is it that he didn't make it to the list of the pardon? The people that they pardon. If you can pardon a drug baron, if you can pardon somebody that unalive her husband, clearly against the will of the family, so why have you not pardoned Nnamdi Kanu? That is a question that I'm asking to.
And I think we all know the answer. El-Rufai once said, when he was asked why the Nigerian army are in eastern Nigeria, killing the young people, accusing them of being members of IPOB. And the same army is doing Operation Safe Corridor for terrorists. The Nigerians have been slaughtered in their thousands. Communities have been destroyed. People have been sent to refugee camps in their own country. Do you know what El Rufaya said? El Rufaya said, well, Boko Haram is not trying to break up Nigeria. They are just doing business. He defended them. He said, no, they are not. It's not about Islam. They are just business people. All these people kidnapping people, collecting ransom and all that. They are just business people. They are criminals. You see those ones led by Nnamdi Kanu. This was El Rufaya. He said the IPOB led by Nnamdi Kanu, they are planning to break Nigeria. And that is an unforgivable sin. Yeah. So it's about the interested parties. So those who you see physically rambling about Nnamdi Kanu, they are mostly inconsequential when it comes to why Nnamdi Kanu remains in their detention illegally. And they are telling you the case is in court. Are you asking the president to stampede the court? Are you saying that the president should not let the court work? Really? Are you actually being for real? He is in court. In their court. But I have never seen, you can tell me though, because I'm not a lawyer. You can tell me if you have seen that in Nigeria, where appeal courts, right, will discharge and acquit someone of crime brought by the state. And then the statute of appeal, statute of limitation, a statute of appeal lapsed. They didn't appeal. They didn't release him. Say if courts grant you discharged and acquitted, it's not bail, discharged and acquitted. Maybe that same day they go open the detention door and say, go out. Nnamdi announced that he is pardoning 170-something repentant criminals. That same day, they made the announcement. One of them, the one that kidnapped Ozekume and killed the Anambra State former deputy governor, released by Nnamdi. That same day, they made the announcement. The guy arrived in Delta. And they were jubilating, celebrating in his community that he's back. Somebody sent to life imprisonment. Life imprisonment. He spent 4 years or so. He's back in town. A drug dealer that was convicted by the same court after all evidence proved that he's a drug baron. He was sentenced to life imprisonment. He spent 6 years or 7 years. Nnamdi released him. That same day, he slept in his house. A court discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu. But they still locked him up. And the whole country kept quiet, waiting, begging them to obey the court order. Then after 8 days, they went to Supreme Court by asking the Supreme Court to stay execution. The Supreme Court, is that not the final court in the country? Do you appeal anything that Supreme Court says? Then they go to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court that was supposed to settle everything, interpret the judgment. Supreme Court started tearing the whole thing apart. Yeah, he was not, he didn't jump bail. He has proved that he didn't jump bail. So therefore, revocation of his bail is wrong. If something is wrong, the Supreme Court says something is wrong, is that not meant that it should be right? I mean, they should right what is wrong. No. We need to go and retry this. Supreme Court now send them back to High Court again to go and restart. Don't forget the case that they charged Nnamdi Kanu for then was a treason, and he was discharged and acquitted after all arguments. Supreme Court says, oh yeah, he still has a case then, if you say so, but at least you should reinstate his bail. They forgot that, they ignored that. They now went back, held him for 4 years. 4 years. Then they came up with the new charges, right? The new charges would then be terrorism. It is no longer treason, terror. So we need to present a new evidence and new this and that, only for them to start presenting the same thing they presented when they charged him for treason. So why can't you see through all of that? If they are telling you that let the court do their work, let the court do. So the courts, if they get to this one will say is guilty, Abi, and then the next one will say he is not. Then they will tell you again that they have to wait for Supreme Court. Then you spend another 4 years because the intention is to get to kill him slowly until he dies. How is that all right? How is that normal? No, it is not, because that's a rhetorical question. So they took his brother and his lawyer, simply Aisha. Thank you, Jerry. Thanks for your super chat, your generosity, by the way. So please, everyone here, take your time and like the broadcast if you haven't already. Okay, just a moment. Go back to the comments. So those who are mocking Showore, why did the DSS or the police not arrest Showore? And they arrested Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer and his brother because Somayele Showore is working for Tifnumbu and all these jargons that these guys are pulling. It would be a waste of time to actually really delve into all of that. Okay? But I bet you, if to say we have enough of people like Somayele Showore, that's at least have all it takes to keep confronting them, and this way, there's a chance that, you keep pushing, something will have to move. And it has shown severally, many times, that these guys are just pure, what you call weak men with power. And that is why every small thing, little thing triggers them, gets under their skins, and they want to bring out the entire weight of the law, of the state instrument upon you. Because they are just little men with power. And they are always like ego tripping too. Do you know who you are talking to? Do you know who I am? And all that stuff. Somoyele Showore seems to have become that similar bone that is tied to the neck of a dog. And yeah, they are still continuing their illegality. But the people that they have taken and kept, they don't even know what they want to charge them for right now. The magistrates they took them to, ordinarily, right? This is how you get to know how impunity works and how much the APC, they have upgraded impunity to statecraft as we speak. They picked people up from the spots where they had this station or police station there. So they were told to take them far away from there to somewhere else where they could get a magistrate that would detain them. And meanwhile, if you arrest them for public disturbance or whatever it is, it's a bailable offense that could be bailed. Their lawyer, by his own self-recognition, you could even give him bail without any lawyer representing them at all. But because it is political, right? And of course, it doesn't matter to these rogues, like they did to Dele Farutimi, when the magistrate decided to just detain him for a non-custodial case, a civil case, because they just wanted to kind of show that, right? So yeah, we saw that earlier. Showore was there yesterday as well. Yeah.
Yes.
He must be free.
It's
non-negotiable.
It's non-negotiable.
What I want to say is because they're saying that Yoruba man is fighting for Igbo man.
Longer divide us.
Yes.
They have discovered that this one has come to unite us.
Exactly.
The oppressed.
Exactly.
And that is why they are very worried. And they continue to be worried. because the voice is loud now.
Exactly.
And we are unstoppable.
Exactly.
And we will ensure that Nnamdi Kanu is free.
Yes.
There's nothing they didn't do to us yesterday, including opening fire on us. So I'm not surprised that today or yesterday they targeted his lawyers. They even said it. The presidential spokesperson, Bayo Onanuga, said it, that the lawyer had no business protesting.
Imagine.
They were about to release them yesterday on bail because they committed no crime anyways, and then suddenly changed their mind and even attacked us in front of the FCT command. What they are trying to do is that they know they don't have a case. And the lawyer, the lead lawyer, who has been challenging them, they want to put him away. At the time that they said his clients should open his defense. You are the one who said go and open his defense.
Yes.
The lawyer is preparing, but now you are taking the lawyer away so that he cannot prepare for him to open his defense. What we're trying to say is that we got here this morning, and lo and behold, the police has rushed here without letting his lawyers be aware of their client's whereabouts. And the judge, upon discovering that there was no lawyer around, has sent them to Ojepo. That was the goal of the illegal IG, is to send this guy away. That's the goal of Tinubu, to make sure that there are no lawyers to defend him when he returns to court, to open his defense. That is it. That is the tactic you are saying now. And you see that they're also sponsoring propaganda that it was Showore that got them arrested. Yeah. It is part of the propaganda so that they will use that to divide us.
They are used to propaganda.
Yes. And we are used to that. I am here to get Nnamdi Kanu released.
Yes.
And nobody who is being Nnamdi Kanu will be free.
Yes.
No matter how anybody feels about that. Because there's a difference between the doer and the just the sayer. All right. Well, let's leave the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, which kicks off tomorrow. Yeah. And then we see how that plays out, because, of course, those who have been listed as witnesses, there is 100% a chance that none of them will show up. Meanwhile, there is an instrument of a court that could force them to show up. It's called subpoena. So if they are subpoenaed, they have to show. But again, I'll still put my money on that none of them will show up. Or if they ever show up, they will only be represented. You just see some lawyers now. They will be the ones to show up and say, my client, I'm representing my client, and this is the message of my client. It's kind of like that. It's to make mockery of the entire judicial thing. You know? So if they fail to honor the subpoena, they can use what is called the bench warrant arrest. I've been a bench warrant arrest. That is, the court would then have to use the bailiff or this police to bring them to court to come and be witnesses. You know? So we will look forward to how that is going to pan out or play out when they open their courtroom tomorrow. But in their boardroom, no, in their chambers, in the National Assembly, they're having kind of like an interesting conversation on a very, very important topic. You see, those who knows that the issue of the rape culture is something that has been so underreported and mostly underprotected too. Nobody say law no day to punish anybody that defiles anybody sexually forcefully, by the way, right? Then we have those who are also like defiling children. So now they are amending the law, right, to actually make that a capital offense. Some are asking for making it a capital offense. Others are saying, make it a life sentence. While others are saying, make it 20 years. It's a conversation around this sexuality and all of that, health, women's health and all that, which Natasha also kind of like engaged. So I'm going to take you to their National Assembly for another few minutes where they were having that chat. First, it was Oshiomhole that raised this very much bill or amendment. According to him, right? It seems it's time for law to pay attention to this, this degenerate, these pedophiles and all that. Watch.
And refer back to the standing committee. Defilement of a minor should be different from that of rape. For a minor, this is a kid who is not capable of consenting or otherwise, and whose life can be destroyed almost permanently. Those involved in defilement should suffer greater punishment. I propose that it should be 20 years if you defile an underage. Because I've seen cases of